Hey, what's up, YouTube? My name's Trip. I actually, my first video I ever made on YouTube, but I found it important to post my own review when it comes to the Stanapee, the Peacock product, the 6.5, the Gen 2. Actually, I wanted to post a video because I wanted to, just get it out there as far as like long-term wise goes. I haven't seen really too many reviews as far as long-term effect. I've seen people open packages, people just getting it, what their first expression or impressions are, things like that. But no one who's had it, for a good while and what they still think about it. So I wanted to make sure that I got anybody with questions that opportunity. This is the product. As you can tell, definitely has some wear and tear in it. I don't know if you can see that right there, but there's a little piece missing out of it. Honestly, I don't know how that happened. But yeah, it happened. I would say, it's all three features. It has the P part of it, and the pleasure part of it, and the packing part of it. You know, Packing was something this big I was kind of concerned about. I was concerned if it was gonna leave a big unrealistic bulge in my pants or whatnot, and truthfully, it didn't. I'm a bigger guy, so it wasn't something that was noticeable that, well, yeah, there's definitely something that shouldn't be there, but overall, I'm still happy with it. I love it. I would definitely say my number one complaint, I guess, would just be the fact it collects so much hair. I'm actually sitting here while we're talking and I'm trying to pull, just these hairs off of it. I feel like it's a little sticky, I do, again, I obviously wash it. And so when I do, it definitely comes a little sticky when it dries. I found that a lot of people are saying use cornstarch or flour or something like that to help with the stickiness. I've never done that. I don't know. I just haven't. I assume probably baby powder even work too, but I've never done it before just because I found it kind of weird dousing it like that. That's definitely a complaint that I have is when it comes to it is just like I feel like I have a magnet for hair that's in my pants, and that's kind of weird. But other than that, another complaint I would definitely say would be the smell. It seems like when I'm packing with it, or I'm just because when I'm not using it, what I do is I wash it really good, make sure it's all cleaned up and everything. Then I actually put it on a towel and fold it over it and put it up on the top of my closet, just so it doesn't gather germs on it and things like that, But even when it's like that, and I just take it down or whatnot, it has this unusual smell to it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like uh, it's like rubber and sweat. It's a mixture that's kind of nasty. That's some of the biggest complaint that I have about it is that I wish that they can do something with the smell, because it's like it's not like a dirty smell. It's just the plastic smell, and this plastic rubber, I should say. Sorry, the rubber smell to it, and it smells kind of nasty. Another thing that I'm not a huge fan of is, I guess to say, this part of it. Actually, I don't use the Stanapee effective to it because I found it to be kind of difficult. I don't know, it looks like it'd be pretty easy, when I first, saw it and I seen reviews on it. I was like, that looks simple. I can totally, get that under control and practice with it and it'll be perfect. But yeah, that wasn't the case. I got it and, right away, I put it on and, I drank a bunch of water trying to go, and, of course, the first time I got it everywhere, it was pretty epically disgusting, but I did. And, it took a couple times, and I had a couple of good takes, I guess, where I went and it was no problems or issues. But overall, every time I try going with it, I feel like it leaks a lot because obviously it sits on you like this, and it leaks a lot up here. It kind of leaks off like the side and kind of just drips down the side over here. I found sometimes it even like leaks over here. I just kind of wish they make it not so flimsy, I guess. Maybe that's more for comfort they made it like this, but I found it kind of difficult to to control the effect of it. I even actually tried doing this, while I'm going, and kind of lifting up like that. you know, and I found that to be like the best way to do it. You know, honestly, I'm impatient, you know, and so I don't really have the patience to go to a urinal and sit there and try mess around with it like that. Excuse me. I mean, I still use the gentleman's, you know, restroom, but you know, I just choose to use the stall and do my business. But you know, when it comes to using it as a stand-up, you know, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it. You know, it was my first, like I said, first stand-up. It's been 11 months. I can say that I maybe did out of maybe 10 successful takes, you know, out of 50. You know, so those odds aren't really too good, and I just kind of gave up on it, you know, when it comes to using it as a stand-up. Pleasure-wise go, I did get this with it. This you order separately. I believe it's like $15. Um, but this is the, you know, the pleasure piece to it. I guess this is like, as you consider like the rod, you know. Um, I use, you know, lotion most of the time to get my, sorry, my pup just knocked my keyboard down. But I use lotion to kind of get this like in it, just because, as you can tell, you know, it's kind of hard to push in there, you know, and so most of the time I just use lotion trying to get it in there nice and smoothly. This part right here, you know, it's kind of nifty, you know, but I don't understand why they didn't just make these attached to each other. I guess, you know, I've heard of a lot of trans dudes, they actually cut this down and shape it to the way that fits them best. You know, I haven't cut this down or shaped it at all. This is exactly the way that it comes, you know. But I found it kind of like a couple times it fell off, you know, during the act, you know, it completely just fell off, and you know that kind of is a little disappointing, you know, having to stop and adjust it and all that. It's just frustrating and it kills a moment, and you know, so that's something that I hope to see an improvement with, you know, maybe just attaching this together so there's no option to, you know, remove it. I guess hygiene wise, you know, I see how it can be useful hygiene wise, you know, make sure to take it off, get it extra clean, but I mean, other than that, it's kind of just annoying, you know. I actually also got the strap for it as well. You know, this is the jock strap to it. Um, Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the jock strap. For packing, it's perfect. But for anything else, it's not. It's really bad, just because, you know, the Stampede itself, you know, the product, it's pretty heavy. You know, it has a pretty good weight to it. You know, so this right here kind of sags down like on you, and it just becomes very frustrating. Um, I know that for like pleasure and you know, STP purposes, I would suggest finding a different strap. Yeah, I mean, you can even make one of these if you really wanted to, but I found that like it did break on me though. But luckily, I I believe I just glued it with super glue to put it back together, and you know it worked. So you know that was perfect for me. You know, I actually had to do both sides to it, so you can tell it ripped. You know, it ripped I think about 6 months in. Um, but like I said, other than the smell and the stickiness, which I'm pretty sure you're gonna get with any of them, and the, you know, I guess being patient enough to, you know, to figure it out and to control your flow, you know, then you could successfully use this, you know, without too much of an issue, you know. But you know, me myself, like I said, I don't have the patience to do it. I just kind of gave up on it. So yeah, that's that. I mean, overall, you know, like I said, it's almost been a year. It's still holding up for me. I like the product. I recommend the product. Um, I would definitely, you know, honestly, I haven't had the opportunity to, you know, check the real magic out too much into so much detail, but realistic wise, I would say this comes in number two, the STPs on the market that I know of, I guess, the top of my head, which I do a lot of research, you know, when it comes to them to see what the next best thing that's out there is. But I would say this is definitely coming in at, you know, a high number two, you know. Overall, on a scale of 1 through 10, I would say that, you know, it's definitely rated probably about, you know, I would say about a high 7, you know. It's not the most perfect thing in the world, but, you know, I don't think that, you know, we're going to really get there without being, uh, without going through surgery and things like that. But like I said, yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, feel free just to let me know. All right. Well, I definitely appreciate it. I got to pick up my mouse here because my dog knocked it over. But yeah, so I mean, I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right. Thanks, YouTube.